Morning guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video on the Renault 5 Turbo. In today's video we're going to get some epoxy primer on this and some normal primer on this. I've bagged it all up, put a bit of etch primer around some of the cut throughs, left some bits bare because I'm going to epoxy prime it first, and then we'll put the normal 2K high build. I finished repairing in here. Put a bit of fiberglass as you saw in the last video, and then a little skim of dolphin glaze and block that round so that all looks as it should do now. Some of you won't know what an epoxy primer is. I'm using Novel Protect 360 it's called. Let me just go and grab the tin and show you. An epoxy primer is like a waterproof primer. It's anti-corrosion, if that makes sense. So this is the product that I use. All of my epoxy, for some reason I just like the Novel stuff and I use it, and it's really good. They've got a really good system. The Novel brand itself, I think it's Polish, I'm not 100% sure on that, but majority of their products are pucker. Their clear coats are really good. I don't get on with their 595. I prefer my Mipper, my CX4 clear coat that I use from them. This is the primer that I'll be using afterwards. This is 4:1 high build primer from Mipper. Really good product, and also the Novel's really good. So the epoxy primer, for those of you that don't know, an epoxy primer is like a sealer. It seals everything in. It's a waterproof barrier. Yeah, I can just prime that with normal primer if I want to, but I've gone to all this effort. We've got some of the best cavity wax that you can buy. I've bought the Built Amber cavity wax, which is probably the best on the market. We're absolutely filling this thing up with cavity wax. I've done all that work, welded absolutely everything on this car. I want it to last, so whoever ends up buying this is going to have a good car for many years to come. The epoxy primer, I could just etch prime the, like the scuttle panel and the bits. I've only etch primed the little cut throughs just with an aerosol can, just for the sake of it. An etch primer is like an acid based primer. You don't want to breathe that in, you should wear a mask when you're using that. And that acid etches to the vehicle anyway. And there's a bit of a one of them, like some people etch prime bare metal cars and some people epoxy bare metal cars. It's a personal preference. You choose to do what you want to do. I prefer an epoxy primer. So obviously this ain't a full-on resto job. This is just my Renault that come in for a quick blowover. But I've gone to this extent to do everything on it. I thought, well, sod it, I'm just going to epoxy it. Give it that, waterproof barrier, that seal, just to help protect it even more. When we're finished, we're going to absolutely fill every crevice, the rear quarters, inside there, in the seals, every crevice that we can with cavity wax. The Built Amber cavity wax is the best anti-corrosion cavity wax on the market, I think. That's my personal opinion. Do a bit of research, ask a few people, and you'll see. I have got some Novel cavity wax as well. I'm not saying it's no better or worse, but from the reviews and from the testing that Built Amber's done, they far outweigh other commercial products on the market. So I'm using that cavity wax to fill this up with. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to paint it all in the epoxy primer. That takes about 45 minutes at 20 degrees to cure. Well, not cure, but be recoatable according to the tech sheet. And that's another thing as well. I never really mention it. All my products I buy, I always read the technical data sheets. And that sounds daft. I'm the type of bloke that won't read instructions when putting things together. Any furniture, anything you buy at home, I'll never read it. I'm just one of them blokes. But when it comes to painting products, every product you buy has got a technical data sheet. Now, for the people that never ever bother looking this up, you should do. It's really important, and the reason being is it saves you time and money and understanding what the product can do. Now, I used to use a product called, I don't know how you pronounce it, Lekla TI Green Primer is what I used to use all the time. I moved over to this epoxy 4:1. Now, I didn't bother reading the tech sheet for about 6 months. Now, I've been buying an individual can. It looks like a can like this of Mipper's wet and wet primer. Now, I never knew until I read the technical data sheet that this 4:1 can be used as a wet and wet primer, and it is a very good wet and wet primer. So by reading that, I keep primer in stock. I have grey primers. This is white. This is what we're going to be putting on the Renault, a white primer. But I have primer in stock. I have white, black and grey. Different colour primers for different kind of jobs depending on what colour you're painting the car. Reds always do better over a white primer. So before I knew, I was spending money buying a separate product. That's not the one, I'm just pointing to that for an example. I was buying separate products for no reason when I had it here. So read the technical data sheet. I wanted to find out what the recoatable time was on this epoxy primer, and I read the technical data sheet a little while ago. It takes 45 minutes at 20 degrees, and then you can crack on with it and recoat it, and it stays open for 48 hours, and you can, without sanding, you can still paint over it. So it's always good to know, and it's always good to have a quick read, and you know, look what that's done. It stopped me buying another product for no real reason. So some of you might not know, and you might not look up the technical data. Well, you've got extra bonus product there for just reading something. So that's enough waffle. Been going on for ages. But yeah, that's what we're doing today. I'm going to have a quick tidy up, get rid of some of me rubbish out of here, and yeah, we'll get ready. We'll get some epoxy primer on this, and then we're going to get some eye build on this. So yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Right guys, get some panel wipe on this. We'll start with water base, and then we'll move on to the solvent base. Give you a different view on my head. Doing a bit of cleaning. Cleaning is very, very important. That's where you can hear the roughness there, where I've sprayed a bit of aerosol over it. Look at the filth coming off that. Don't know whether, well, you should be able to see. I don't know what you're seeing up there actually. I had a few people comment, messaged recently, because I haven't put as many uploads up this week. I don't have to explain myself, but I kind of want to. Guys, this shit is tiring. You go speak to a YouTuber that does 2 videos a week, they'll tell you how time consuming it is and tiring. When I do a job in here that takes 3 or 4 hours, when I'm filming it for you guys, it pretty much takes 8 hours odd. It takes my whole day up. Sometimes you just need to crack on, and then on top of that I've got to download the footage, render the footage, edit the footage, upload the footage, and then reply to all of you guys. I know there's a lot of channels out there, they might heart your comment and acknowledge your comment and stuff. I always try and reply. I can't talk to every single one of you, but I always try and respond to all of my comments, and it's just so time consuming. Sometimes you get tired. I work hard, and sometimes it just zaps you. And the last couple of days I just weren't in the mood for it. I do enjoy doing my YouTube stuff. I don't sort of really gain or benefit anything from it. The whole point of this kind of is to sort of give back. I know it sounds daft. I've had many comments over the last year of doing this, Some people think I'm some kind of paint guru and I'm the best thing since sliced bread. I'm not. I'm just a guy that paints, and I film it and show you guys what I'm up to. As all of you know, or most of you know, I'm just a self-taught painter. I'm no pro. If anything, I'm kind of a DIY pro. But I've never worked in a commercial body shop painting day in, day out. I would love to have a car rolled into me in a booth. There you go, mask that up and paint it. It'd be so lovely. But yeah, I'm just a normal guy. I'm self-taught, and back in the day when I was learning all of this, YouTube weren't really a thing. It's only over, you know, the recent years that more and more channels are on there, and I've learned a hell of a lot more. I still learn every day. If you don't learn every day, that means you're not willing to learn something, and then you're never going to progress with yourself, if that makes sense. I'm just, yeah, I don't see myself as some pucker professional painter like some of you guys do when you comment and tell me. I really appreciate it that you think I'm that great. I'm just a normal painter. I'm not, by any means, I'm not a rubbish painter. You know, I'm as good as many, but I don't look at myself as some pucker pro. I'm just a guy who paints in a shed on an old farm. Yeah, I've been doing it quite a long time, on and off, but I've got nowhere near the amount of gun time of some of these guys that paint day in, day out. And loads of people watch me who do that for a living, and they know, all right, I'm half decent with a paint gun, and I get by. I'm not bad, but I'm not this guru that you all think I am. I'm pretty good. I know I'm pretty good, but that's as much as I look at it. I'm not no pro. Yeah, I could probably walk into a body shop, get a job and go and work in a booth and paint and be just as good as the next guy, but I'm not nothing special. I'm just a bloke that paints stuff. I do all right, but I really do appreciate all the comments, and I know some of you guys that don't paint who do still have that opinion of me. It is very nice. It's very humbling, but yeah, like I said, I just do my thing, and the reason I kind of do YouTube is because I learnt so much, and there ain't channels out there like mine. Yeah, there's guys out there that are professionals and they're in a booth and they're going, yeah, go to your scheme, mix this, use this binder, use that. Mate, we're in our garages, we're in our sheds, we're on old farms, you know, we can't really relate to the everyday guy that's painting his project. So that's kind of why I ended up doing it, to show you guys that, you know, I've got more gear than some of you. All right, I agree. But the basic principle of it are the same. My conditions are the same. You know, you can have a bit of extraction in your garage or your farm, wherever you are. You can achieve the same things as me. And if you ain't already learnt yet, then carry on learning, because you'll get there. The way I look at things is, that guy weren't a doctor 10 years ago. He went and learnt for 5 years, and now he's a doctor and he's treating you. You want to be a painter? You carry on learning. You don't have to go to college, you don't have to go to school. You can learn this if you want to. All I've done is read, watched videos and tried it, and carried on trying, learning from my mistakes as I go along, and this is where I'm at. I don't regard myself as I've finished learning. I haven't. I definitely haven't finished learning. There's still loads more to learn. but you can all do it. It's just taking the time, trying to learn, watching videos like me, other YouTubers, and giving it a go. And you'll end up being as good as me or better. You just got to put the effort in and give it a try. Right, that's the water base done. I'll let that, it's cold in here, I'm going to put the heater on, let that dry a little bit, and then we'll come back and do the solvent base.
try blending my inwards. I know you got to be oceans away. Please quit asking me to stay. I'm weak under your grasp, and my heart, it won't last. No, my heart won't last. I thought it being me and you. I guess it wasn't true. If I only knew what you put me through, I don't deserve this. I guess there's never me and you. I don't deserve this. I thought it'd be me and you. Could you still call me at the end of the day, and then you have nothing else to say? What do you want me to say? Try blending my inwards. I know you got to be oceans away. Please quit asking me to stay. I'm weak under your grasp, and my heart, it won't last. No, my heart won't last. I thought it'd be me and you. I guess it wasn't true. If I only knew what you put me through, I don't deserve.
And there we have it, guys. Starting to look like a car again. That's had 3 coats of epoxy primer. It's actually had 4 coats of high build primer. I've done 3 and I had a little bit left in the gun, so I went over it. The roof looks a bit streaky. I was using fast hardener, but that ain't a problem. Obviously blocking all that out. Still got repairs to sort, a few little bits to straighten up, nothing major. The majority of it's sort of done. I'm quite happy with how it's looking. The roof's awful. It's like a tin can anyway, a bean can. I've got to straighten up this scuttle. Definitely needs a little bit of love there where I've used a linishing wheel. But it feels like I've made progress and it's starting to look like not a pile of junk in the corner anymore. I know loads of you are going to ask why I didn't prime that. There's unbroken paint, there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. It will get flatted down with the primer and we're just going to paint over that, it's not a problem. There's all sort of stone chip there and everything's perfectly fine with that, so don't worry. But yeah, it's obviously not blocked straight yet, but it's kind of looking like it's half alright. So I am quite happy. We've made progress, it's finally happening. Just got to get on with the panels. Engine bay, obviously like I said in the other videos, I'm going to treat the engine bay as a separate job. Still got loads of stripping to do in there. We've got to remove a load of bits, prep it up, paint it. But yeah, we're going to get there, don't worry. It's going to look nice when this one's done. I'm going to block the life out of it and try and get it as straight as I can. That's my intentions. If it needs repriming, I'll reprime it, it's not a problem, but we are gonna go to town on it and try and get it as arrow straight as we can. But yeah, that is it from me today. I am knackered, and as always, thanks for the support. And if you're new to the channel and you haven't already subscribed, what are you doing? Stop being a div, click the button. And we'll see you very soon on the next one. Stay safe and be lucky.